Mark, Walsall up next. What's your initial thoughts ahead of the game?
Another tough game. Delighted it's at home. Great to play in front of our fans at home for the first time. So really looking forward to that, as the players are as well. And we'll have a big support. And should be a really tough game. Watched them last week against Morecambe. Was very impressed. Bizarrely bumped into Gary Caldwell yesterday, who played against them on Tuesday, and was equally impressed. So be a good test for us.
2 competitive games under your belt now as Swindon boss. So what's your sort of overall assessment of the group so far?
I think we're in a really good place, and the evidence of what we're trying to do, I think, has come out in both games. What we're doing on the training ground is, for me, and what we're looking for has been evidence. So I think we're in a really good place.
You touched on the training there. Obviously, what's week's preparation been like ahead of this game?
It's been good, and the reason I pause is we've obviously had a game in between. So you've got you've got a match day -1 on Monday. Today's like at the risk of contradicting myself, it's like a second day recovery, but it's a match day +2. So, but it's the same for most teams playing in the cup and that. But what we've done has been excellent.
Obviously, what can you tell me so far about the likes of Sean and Ryan in terms of their recovery?
Both trained with us today, but both at different parts of their journey. Sean's very close to full fitness. Ryan's in a load compromised training zone, but I spoke to Ryan post training today. He feels good, which is the most important thing. Looking a certain way is one thing. I think it's most important for him is how he feels, and how, because he's been out for so long. It was just really good to hear him talking so positively about it. He's an incredible character, actually, incredible, mentally very, very tough. Sean obviously had a different type of injury, quite fractured pre-season, where it's been a niggly little bothersome injury more than anything. So, but a real bubbly personality, so it's nice to have him back.
With these players starting to return, where do you value in terms of competition and the sort of the levels of performance that this brings out of players?
Really good for multiple reasons. A, to push people to get in the team. B, it helps enhance your bench to bring people on. And C, it then allows players who need a games programme on what's best for their development to go and maximise themselves. So when they do return, they're in a position to say, right, I'm ready for the first team now. So it's not just about the player coming back or what you think for the first team. It has quite a big ripple effect throughout the squad. So that's been a real positive for us.
It's the first league game this Saturday at the Nigel Eady County Ground. How much are you and the rest of the players looking forward to getting out there?
Personally can't wait. It's my first game. As it is, I was going to say, personally, me is one thing, but for the players as well, we got quite a few new players in as well, and especially as a new unit, a new group, and it's always special playing in front of your own fans at home for whatever team, whatever head coach, players, as a staff. It's nice to see that, and I'm really excited.
It's easy to say that stood here, but how important is that sort of home record and making it a tough place for teams to come to?
Massive. You've got to win your home games. Football, if I was to look at football, he said, what do you look for home and away? It's to win your home games, get points away from home. And God forbid, if you're not going to win it, you come away with a point. At 3 o'clock on every Saturday, I know it sounds a ridiculous thing to say, but when you say it, a lot of people know, at 3 o'clock when the ref blows his whistle, you have 1 point. That's a fact. So it's important, the minimum you walk away with is 1. It doesn't always happen, as you know.
And as we look forward to this Saturday, how much are the supporters going to bring in terms of what they can bring to getting a good result on Saturday?
Huge, plays a big part. Forget about being a head coach. I've played football for a long time. Fans can really affect games. One of the biggest learning I felt as a player was how hard it was getting points away from home, and it's normally through the fans, through the excitement, the atmosphere, the buzz, the extra 10% it gives the team you're playing against that raise the levels against you. So a lot of home grounds tend to have that. Some are quieter than others, but I think in Swindon town we definitely have a group of fans that can raise the expectations and the bar of what the players can achieve. They'll play a huge part in a season for sure.
Just finally touching on Walsall, what sort of challenge do you expect from them?
Excellent manager, did outstanding last year, got some good individuals, got some real danger, especially the top end of the pitch. I don't want to give too much away. Really well organised, nice style of play. Look like a group that have been together for a while, look like they're with a coach that knows his players and then players that knows his coach. So I think Walsall will have a really good season. I think, as I said, bumped into Gary yesterday. He's a League One manager, and he said he thought they were excellent. So, look, we always respect the opponent, whoever they are. You'll hear me say this a lot. Saturday is 80% about what we do, not the opposition. And it doesn't matter who my team's playing as a coach. 80% of what my focus is always on us. But we'll always respect the opposition, do what we need to do on them. But we'll be 100% prepared for it.